Hello, internet. It is I, Malik Aaron. I don't do these type of videos often. They're extremely rare. But last night, I did some Black Friday shopping and I got me some games. I got me 5 Xbox One games and 1 Switch game. So yeah, just like last year and the year before that, I'm going to show you what I got. So we're going to start off with the Switch game, the 1 Switch game. Team Sonic Racing. If you don't know, I've actually did some videos covering Team Sonic Racing when it was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out in late 2018, but they pushed it back to May. I didn't get it at launch, but then I saw it was like $20 on the Switch. I was like, sure, why not? Besides, I need more Switch games because my poor Switch has just been collecting dust for months. And it's really sad when I've played more on my PS2 and GameCube than the Switch. Like, it's just sad. And I could have got this for Xbox One, but I was just like, you know what? I need a Switch game. Alright, I don't want to neglect my Switch too badly. So I just got this. Looks like fun. I think I'll have a good time with this. So, yeah, it's Team Sonic Racing. Next up, Resident Evil 2. This is, of course, the remake of the original Resident Evil 2. I really wanted to get this game when it came out, but I just couldn't. But again, I saw it for like $20. I was like, definitely. I heard this game is great. You know, a lot of people love its presentation and the fact that it remained like so faithful to the original Resident Evil 2. So it's not just a hollow cash grab. And yeah, I think it's safe to say Resident Evil is probably the best it's been in a long time. You know, I think the disappointment of Resident Evil 6, I think that was a wake up call for Resident Evil and Capcom. And then they gave us Resident Evil 7, which a lot of people love. Now they gave us this, which a lot of people love. So people think they might remake Resident Evil 3, which would be the most logical thing to do. But we'll see. But yeah, I heard this is great, and I think I'll enjoy this one. Next up, Borderlands 3. Now, I haven't told you this, but I recently bought all four Borderlands games, including this one. I got the first, the second, the pre-sequel. I got those three just a few days ago because I was just curious, because I've never played any of these games before. And it was just like the Devil May Cry series where I just suddenly get interested in an IP that I never touched. And I was just like, might as well get them all just out of curiosity. And so yeah, that's what I did. So I'm going into this completely blind. I have no real knowledge of the Borderlands universe, so yeah, should be interesting. Next up, speaking of Devil May Cry 5. Just like Sonic and Resident Evil, it was $20, so of course I said yes. Now I've completed my Devil May Cry collection. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But Malik, what about DMC Devil May... We don't talk about that game. That game does not exist. Okay? It doesn't exist. And I've actually played... I played the first Devil May Cry on the channel. I haven't played 2 or 3 yet. And I played a little bit of 4, like, you know, on my off time. And from what I've heard, this seems to be just about as good as, you know, the others, except for 2. Everyone thinks 2 is terrible. So yeah, this should be fun too. Next up, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. You probably heard a lot about this game for good and bad reasons. The bad reasons is because there's been this whole controversy that's like, oh, it's too realistic. Oh, it's this. It makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, well, that's what war is. You think war is supposed to be friendly and peaceful? No. And, you know, I appreciate this game going for a more realistic tone because I think the game that people were turned off by was Infinite Warfare. That was the one that really turned people off from the series because it went to a futuristic space direction that nobody liked. And then they made World War II, which people liked, and then Black Ops 4, which people thought that was all right. But this one I've heard really good things about. I heard the campaign is really good. So, yeah. Should be interesting to play. And finally, the most recent game of the bunch, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. This wasn't on sale. I got it for full price. It was about $50. And yeah, unlike Battlefront 2, which was an utter disaster, a PR disaster, this had no such disaster. In fact, this game has been acclaimed by many people because it actually gave gamers, a Star Wars game that they'll like that doesn't have microtransactions in it. And I heard the story is really good, the characters are great. And yeah, I'm just like, why didn't EA make these games from the start? Ever since they got the Star Wars license, like why? I don't get it. It makes no sense. But it's here. Got it here, and I'm definitely excited to play it. And the thing is, I don't think Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2 from EA, I don't think that was a bad game necessarily. Like the game itself, the storyline, the gameplay itself, it's fine. The problem was the awful, just truly awful business practices that killed the game for a lot of people. But thankfully, this one doesn't have those problems. And yeah, should be a great game. That's it. That's all the games I got. Got 6. I don't know if I'll play them on the channel necessarily. I've kind of really neglected my Xbox, both the 360 and the Xbox One. I've been more focused on PS2 and GameCube because those are easier to do. But if I ever have the time, I will play at least one of these games. Maybe Jedi Fallen Order. But yeah, that's it. That's all. And yeah, subscribe today, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notification bell. You know the drill. And yeah, I am out.